The DCEU is not doing well at all. Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, and Justice League was a disaster. If it wasn't for Wonder Woman and Man of Steel, to an extent, the DCEU ship would have sunk into the abyss. Due to the saving grace of Jeff Johns, we were able to keep the DCEU afloat for a while with good movies such as Aquaman and Shazam. But compared to the MCU, we are just a small little chick that's trying to spread its wings. There's got to be some way to give our DCU some oomph, to give it the might to challenge MCU. Sadly, it's easier said than done. What do we do?
It's quite simple, really.
Simple? What? Who the hell are you?
I'm the answer to your prayers.
What
Sorry, I just had to try that line out.
Well, that's one of the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Yo, chill, Wonderful. Alright. Enough jokes aside, the name's Jake Diggy.
I don't give two shits about your name. How did you get in here anyway? Security!
Wait. Before you call security, hear me out. I seriously do have a solution to your DCEU problem.
Really?
Before I tell you my solutions, let me explain why the DCEU failed. DCEU failed because you put too much plot points into one movie. Perfect example is Batman v Superman. You tried Batman v Superman, Justice League, some dream future stuff, whoever came up with that shit. Wonder Woman setup, the death of Superman. It was all too much, and you didn't give enough time for these characters to grow and shine in their own movies. In other words, your foundation is trash.
Security!
But you did the right thing in hiring Jeff Johns. This man is an incredible writer and knows how to handle these DC characters. So he will definitely be able to make the ship rise and sail to the horizon.
Yeah, that was a good move.
Yeah, either way, I am creating a plan that will make DCEU a contender, MCU. Are you willing to see the plan?
I'm listening.
Yo! What's good, everyone? It's your boy JD back with another special video. The video I'd like to discuss is how the DCEU should have been. For fun. I know there has been many videos from before that have done this, and at this point it's kind of a bit late, but I just wanted to throw my hat in the ring. I hope everyone also enjoyed the mini script I made. No thanks to Warner Bros. Now, before I would begin, I would like to state a couple of things, some ground rules, some things we gotta go over. First, I won't be using the movies that came out as part of the DCEU about my version, but I will be using them as reference. Number two, I will be describing how the movie should be in terms of what ideas it could have and what things it could establish for its characters. But we're not be going to super detail like creating an entire script for it. No. And of course, last but not least, don't take this too seriously, but there will be 4 movies released per year for this entire thing to work. Yes, 4 DCEU movies per year. I know it's a bit tough, but trust me, based on the amount of movies that Warner Bros. Release per year, it speaks for itself. Lastly, there will be spoilers from different DC movies as well as comics. You have been warned. Now then, let the Phase 1 commence. The first movie that needs to come out is Batman. Why Batman? Honestly, I don't know. No matter what movies you release, your films, I don't think I need to argue that the fact that you must see the release of the Holy Trinity movies first, which are Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Now let's get real. Almost everyone has seen the Dark Knight trilogy or anything more for Batman. Already, everyone knows his origin and who his villains are for the most part. That's why I suggest his first movie should be based on the famous comic Batman the Long Halloween. It's a great detective mystery about the Falcone gang where one of their members keep dying from the criminal Holiday. This Holiday person always kills on a specific holiday that's starting Halloween and ends next Halloween. It develops Batman's character, Gordon's character, and Harvey's character. Through the many years of Batman villains, also shows up to intervene with Batman while he's dealing with Holiday, especially Joker. The major purpose of this film and this entire story is to establish Gotham, Batman, Gordon, and a good chunk of Batman villains by using them in an interesting story. Because at this point, many people already know who they were and how they were to begin with, so just use them in a good story. Hell, in the original comic, Harley Quinn wasn't even there, but you can put it in the movie as well. It works anyways. Batman The Long Halloween, in short, should come out winter 2020. It establishes Gotham. It establishes Batman. It establishes Gordon. It establishes and develops Harvey Dent. It establishes a huge chunk of Batman's villains. Just makes a good story based off the Long Halloween comic. And for the secret ending, you can have Joker laughing in Arkham Asylum. These are pretty much all the fine points I have for that movie. Next up, we got the Man of Steel himself, Superman. Unlike Batman, I think this should actually be an origin story. In the Man of Steel movie, there's some parts that were correct, like Krypton, some parts of his childhood, but the biggest thing that the movie failed to achieve was Superman's character. He shouldn't be like Batman, he needs to be thematically different from Batman. He needs to be someone that represents hope, goodness, and most importantly, not be viewed as a god. Superman needs to be viewed as another human like everyone else. He's a person with human traits is the key. This makes him relatable and the people in Metropolis that watch him actually care about Superman like he's one of them. That actually leads to another point where Superman himself shouldn't think he's just an alien on a different planet. No, back Superman. He should think he out of Earth as his home, which is why his childhood with dealing with the Kangs dealt with that development. A villain that I think that would be really good for against Superman is General Zod, because he can challenge Superman from a strength standpoint, and he's a great villain to boot. Now, one thing that really make things interesting in this movie is to do something that Smallville did and make Superman and Lex Luthor best friends. Just do it. Just have it, boy. Please, let's do it. All you have to do is just develop the relationship where the chemistry works well with each other. And have Lex Luthor help Superman defeat General Zod in one way or another, but it has to be in a logical way. Then the final thing that for the Lex Luthor and Superman relationship is to have this scene from Smallville. Man of Steel, in short, should come out in spring 2020. It establishes Krypton, it explores Superman's young life, where he lives with the Kangs and getting his used to his abilities, being taught right from wrong based off the Kangs' values. It establishes Clark Kent character in Metropolis, and establishes Superman in Metropolis. It establishes Clark Kent and Lois Lane's relationship with each other. It establishes and develops General Zod. Very important, make Superman and Luthor best friends, establish this relationship really well. And then in the secret ending, you can just have Lex Luthor discover kryptonite. Now, the Wonder Woman movie that came out for the DCU was actually really good and did a great job introducing Wonder Woman and how she is as a hero, how she represents hope, her relationship with Steve Trevor, introducing Themyscira. It was really great. The only thing I would change is making Ares into a way better villain. That's the only issue I had with the movie. Ares, be a better villain. Wonder Woman, in short, should be released summer 2020. Should be just like the movie it was from the DCEU. It develops Ares into a better villain. And for the secret ending, just show Chia. Those are the only 4 things you really need to establish for this one. Now, Flash is actually very difficult to do because of the Flash TV show. However, I still think it should be an origin story. In this movie, the main thing to establish for Barry Allen, the Flash, is his character. Why he's a CSI, how he became the Flash. The thing is that with the Flash, he's a comedian sometimes. So this is a movie where you want it to be lighthearted but serious at times. One thing to touch upon about the Flash is his super speed, coming from the Speed Force. Now there's many things you can do with the Speed Force, but for this movie, just touch upon it. Because you need to show why the Flash's super speed is different from Superman's super speed. I repeat, do not go in depth about the Speed Force in one movie. It's complex. Build it throughout the movie so it works out well. But before we get into the Speed Force, just show that Flash is learning about his powers and using them for good deeds. Why good deeds? Is because it shows who the Flash is as a hero. A person who just does right things. This is very important because even though Barry's life isn't perfect, because of the death of his mom, his dad in jail, yada yada yada, he still wants to do the right thing. It could be very little, like saving the damsel in distress, or saving a kid from getting blown up, or someone is about to get hit by a bus and saving them. The main thing is that it shows she just does the right thing. Now for the villain, originally I was gonna go with Captain Cold, but due to the Flash TV show, instead, I think we should go with Mirror Master. Mirror Master is a great villain and he's pretty strong against the Flash, especially at this point since the Flash is still a newbie with the super speed, so it helps out where he develops his capabilities. Now in this movie, there needs to be some minor reference to Reverse Flash, just because there's a point where all the bad stuff happening to Barry is because of the Reverse Flash. Not to mention how important he is to the Flash from a character standpoint. But it needs to be minor. It should not take over the entire movie. Flash in short should come out fall 2010. It establishes Barry Allen. It establishes Barry Allen as a Flash. Flash and Barry's relationship with Iris. Establishing developed Mirror Master. Minor references to Reverse Flash, and for the secret ending, just show Reverse Flash. Just do all this stuff and you should have a pretty good first Flash movie. Next up, we got Green Lantern. What the hell? What is this?
It's a fire alarm.
Fire? But this doesn't sound like a fire alarm.
Don't worry, it's just a drill. But for now, we need to get out of here. Once we return, finish up the things we were saying.
Got it. Due to the fact that this video will get very lengthy, I decided to split the phase 1 into 3 separate videos. I want to give a big shout out to my guest, Walter Voters.
Yo!
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a like, comment down on what your opinion of how phase 1 should have been. Subscribe for more future content and stay breezy guys, stay breezy.
But for now, we need to, oh my god, yeah, no. Sorry, it's too late. The DCEU ship which just sunk into the abyss.
Either way, I am creating a plan that will make DCEU a contender against MCEU. My bad, I meant MCU. Alright, there we go.